President Trump has filed a $10 billion lawsuit against News Corp, which is owned by Rupert Murdoch, over the story on the Epstein ties. The lawsuit sets the stage for another legal showdown initiated by Trump against the media, this time against his close ally. Tyrone Bowman Live. Welcome to the conversation. Let's talk about it. According to The Hollywood Reporter, this article was written by Winston Chiu. President Trump has sued the Wall Street Journal owner News Corporation, or News Corp, for defamation over a report detailing a 2003 letter from him to Jeffrey Epstein, in which he wrote that they share a, quote, wonderful secret, end quote. With the lawsuit filed on this past Friday in Florida federal court, the Journal becomes the latest media outlet targeted by Trump for adversarial reporting, joining ABC News and CBS News. It sets the stage for another legal battle in which media's incentives to stay out of Trump's crosshairs by settling will be questioned, this time featuring Journal parent News Corp, owned by close ally Rupert Murdoch, who's personally named in the complaint. Quote, I look forward to getting Rupert Murdoch to testify in my lawsuit against him and his pile of garbage newspaper, the Wall Street Journal, quote, Trump wrote in a Truth Social post on Friday. Earlier, he said he told the media tycoon it was a scam, that he shouldn't write this fake story, but he did, and now I'm going to sue his ass off. And that of his third-rate newspaper, quote, close quote. On Thursday, the Journal reported that Epstein was sent a bawdy letter signed by Trump containing several lines of typewritten text. Inside the outline of a allegedly naked woman, framing the text was an imaginary conversation between the two written in the third person. Quote, voiceover, there must be more to life than having everything, end quote, the note began allegedly. And Trump, Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you, according to the letter. So the report comes amid a firestorm over the so-called Epstein files, in which Trump's conservative base is pushing for the Justice Department, which has maintained that there isn't a client list, quote, close quote, of high-profile people who participated in Epstein's trafficking of young girls, to release more information on the documents. On Wednesday, he lashed out at his own supporters for criticizing his administration's decision not to release more material. The lawsuit alleges that the story falsely claimed that Trump authored and signed the card, with the goal of maligning his character by suggesting that he engaged in alleged sex crimes alongside Epstein. Other reporters who wrote the piece, quote, failed to attach the letter, failed to attach the alleged drawing, failed to show proof that President Trump authored or signed any such letter, and failed to explain how this purported letter was obtained, end quote. Writes Alejandro Brito, a lawyer for Trump, who also handled the defamation lawsuit against ABC News in the complaint, quote, the reason for those failures is because no authentic letter or drawing exists, end quote. Trump alleges that Murdoch and News Corp chief executive Robert Thompson authorized publication of the article after he notified them that the letter was fake. The lawsuit names News Corp parent Dow Jones, Murdoch, and Thompson alongside the Journal reporter who wrote the story, Khadija Safdar and Joe Palacio. Notably, it was filed in the Southern District of Florida, where a jury might be more receptive to defamation claims than one in New York, where News Corp is based. So this is basically going to be two billionaires squaring off against each other in the court of law. Trump has challenged the authenticity of the letter in the Journal story. In an interview with the publication, he denied writing it or drawing the picture. Quote, this is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story, he said. I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women, he said. It's not my language. It's not my words. Trump stressed, I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else, end quote. The story didn't include an image of the letter or name its custodian. In response, Vice President J.D. Vance suggested the journal falsified the reporting. Where is this letter? He wrote in a Thursday post on X. Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump? Well, as a criminal justice major, I can say this in civil court, when this does go to trial, and it will go to trial, that means whatever alleged evidence that News Corp has, they will have to produce it. That's the bottom line. Just like some other people are suing, I'm not going to name names, but there are some people who have been falsely convicted and falsely imprisoned. They are suing major people, high profile people who wanted them locked up for whatever reason and or reasons. The lawsuit comes on the heels of Paramount Global agreeing to pay $16 million to settle a lawsuit from Trump, who sued over an October interview that 60 Minutes conducted with Kamala Harris. The lawsuit was considered frivolous by most legal observers, but a settlement provided a pathway to regulatory approval of Paramount's sink or swim merger with Skydance. You know, money talks in the world of high finance. I know a lot of people don't believe that, but when it comes to major individuals, the major players, where the big people play, the big boys and the big girls play, money means everything to them. And people will sometimes settle quickly with what they consider chump change or petty change, so they can go on and make the big bucks. Media execs have taken notice of Trump's criticism of what conservatives consider biased reporting. Jeff Bezos revamped the Washington Post's opinion section to bring it more in line with Rupert Murdoch's Wall Street Journal. Bob Iger allowed ABC News to settlement, or AB News to settlement rather, of a defamation lawsuit from Trump, reported the New York Times. Los Angeles Times owner Patrick Soon-Shiong shifted the paper's strategy to increasing platform conservative views. News Corp didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. So this should be something we should we should vigorously wait to see what happens as it further proceeds. So thank you for watching. Let me go to the comment section real quick. Big Sausage from Canada. Of course, there isn't a list, but there is files that could make a list, allegedly. Willow says, I love the tie. Thank you very much. Anonymous 13, handwriting analysis should resolve this issue. Resolve the issue. I agree. That's it. You know, get a professional handwriting analysis and sit down, deal with it, talk about it. We'll find out who's lying, and we'll find out who's telling the truth. All right, let me get ready for the next news story. Never surrender, never quit. Thank you for watching.